Once I had so much gold in this little sack, and now this is all the gold I have left to look at it. Oh.
You must rest, Johnny Depp. Don't tire yourself. The doctor will be here to look at you soon. You must rest. Just rest and sleep.
Oh, Julia, you are very kind to me.
I do little.
Oh, that's not true. You're listening to the grunts and the groans of an old man. Won't you let me live in your house? Won't you fix good food for me too, Julia?
You were kind to me once.
Oh, so I gave you some money once, so what is that?
It can be very important when you don't have it.
Well, I used to think that if a man had enough money, he could not help finding happiness. But that is a lie. Visser and I were far happier before. Oh.
Visser, he was your prospecting partner?
Yeah, he was my partner. And, Julia, I will always blame myself for his death. But too, the curse of the Peraltas, it must still be on the mine, Julia. You never asked me about the mine.
If you want to tell me, if you wish to tell me, you will. If you don't, I have no right to ask, do I?
Julia, someday I will tell you all about the mine where I found all of this gold. Oh, so many men have tried to learn my secret. They have followed me. They have, oh, thank you. They have even given me whiskey, hoping that when I was drunk, I would talk. But they failed, always. And the secret, it is still mine.
The location must be very difficult to find.
No miner would ever find it. And yet it is so easy if you know. Julia, this is the time. I want to tell you now all about the mine where I found this mine.
But
Let's go. Listen to me. Are you listening?
But Jakob, how would I ever find them all?
I will tell you how. Listen to me. I have trouble to talk.
Yes, I'm listening.
Are you listening?
Yes.
Okay, the late afternoon sun, it shines into the mine. But so tired. Get pencil and paper. Please write this down. Thank you. Now, the old military trail, you can see it from the mine, but you can't see the mine from the trail. Once you climb just a little way, once you see Beaver's Needle. Beaver's Needle Plain. You have heard of Beaver's Needle?
Yes, Jakob. I've heard of Weaver's Needle.
The stone face looks down where you work. Oh, I'm so tired. I can't go on. There's an old rock formation not far from the stone house. Now listen to me carefully. The mine can be found where the shadow of the tip of Beaver's Needle, where it falls at exactly 4 o'clock. Oh, I'm so tired. I can't go on. I can't do it.
Just rest, Jakob.
Oh.
Maybe we'll try again tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't get to go back. I wanted to go just one more time. Oh my. It doesn't really matter, I guess. But beaver rich as kings. Do you hear me, Visser? Our secret, which no one ever knew. Do you hear me, Visser? No one ever knew.
Walt sighed, and Julia promised to condemn to a life of bitterness and frustration. searching for Lost Mine on the basis of his few demented siblings. Walt, however, found peace on October 25th, 1891. He was buried the next day in Phoenix.
In the back. John, we're having a problem with this one.
Okay, well, we'll work it in.
Okay. There's not shoveling this, guys. Huh? No, usually work it out.
Yeah. Let your end down. Now, pick this end up. Okay, now, let your end on down. Okay, there you go. Move your end around a little bit. Which way? Go where the crack closes up. Take it that direction.
You want some more down there?
That's way off.
John, how many do we have across? How many?
How many we got total? I can
We
tell
got
you.
6. Well, need one more down here, Mark? Yeah, I think we need at least one more down there.
Uh-oh. How do I get it down without smashing my fingers?
Up here. In tight. Yeah. Okay, now you let go. Give her a kick.
Machinery or not, men no doubt will continue to look for the precious metal here. But under the rules of the U.S. Wilderness Act, no new mining claims can be filed after 1983. In the meantime, if you are back here on a horse or a hike, we couldn't blame you for casually turning over.
Hey, let's, if we're going to do that, Tommy, let's just put the board on. No, put the board on it, please.
We got them big boards in here.
Put the board on the front, and then we can toenail the back.
They've been charged all day long.
Stand on the gun.
I'll bring them down to you a little bit. Don't you worry about it. Oh, no, I just... Where's that, little fry box?
This one needs to come this way. This way.
When this dance first started out, they also used to finish off this whole dance with what they call hummingbird dance. And you'll see why they call it hummingbird. This instrument we're using here is a hand drum, and it's designed for an individual singer. And all you're doing is holding the back here. The hide is stretched over a wooden frame, and all these straps here are stretching the hide over. And then, of course, using the drumstick. But we're taught to respect the drum, just as young grade school students are taught to respect the American flag for its symbolism. The shape of the drum represents Mother Earth, her continuous cycle, death, birth, summer, winter, male, female, and a lot of other things within the circle of life. And the height of the drum represents the staff of life. And for the Plains Nations, they make their ceremonial drums from a calf, a buffalo calf hide. And in doing so, they tell this creature that it would live on as the heartbeat of their people. So the sound that you hear represents that, the heartbeat. And there really is only two distinct drum beats within the Plains Indian music. One is a straight beat, which is done at different tempos. And the other one is a round dance beat that's a little closer to an individual's heartbeat. We'd just like to let you know, if you ever hear anybody's heart beat like this, you need to tell that person to go see a cardiologist real fast. I just took off my headband because everybody always wonders if it's our real hair or not. One of the questions I get many times we perform at resorts, and maybe riding in the elevator, is that your real hair? No, is it all right? They ask me, how long have you been in India? Tough question. Well, we did a lot of things. We're going to answer a few questions later on, so if you have any questions, keep them in mind. We're going to sing a song from our father's side of the family, and this song is composed by a 9-year-old boy. At the time he was 9 years old. I always consider it a very special, powerful song. For us, the children are the strongest ones within our culture because of their innocence. Yet as young children, just like as an example, you may be a young child, you're very strong and very special. I mean, a lot of you that are parents and grandparents know this. But yet, as you go through life, you're going to learn things. And so, as young children, we're taught to respect those who have lived this life, our elders, and understand many things that take place in this world. So there are teachers. So we're taught to respect the elders for what they have to offer to us. But this song being composed by a 9-year-old boy, I see it as a very strong song. And it talks about the people at the gathering that are dancing and celebrating. They're getting strength from the mountains that are around them. And when you really think about it, mountains are very powerful places. Mountains are either seen as shrines, or shrines are placed upon mountains. So we like to sing the song in a Choctaw language. And just to give you an idea of what types of instruments are available through the years, traditional dancers continue to dance today with deer hooves. And these are deer hooves, and the larger ones are elk hooves. And so all you do is take the bone part out of them, let them dry, just like our own fingernails. They get pretty hard. But these aren't my fingernails, so these are all deer. And we're just going to start out the song with these, and of course the Europeans introduced a lot of items to us. You know, they brought the sheep, used that for dance shags, where buffalo hide had been used before. They brought the horse, or reintroduced the horse. Got horsehair on the feathers here. We got the glass beads. But a lot of this designs, all of the pieces of clothing we have on, have a story how it was introduced. And I mean, like the vest I wear, the bone breastplate that I have on. And so with that, I'd like to sing this Choctaw song. Hey, is a very important part of our lives. We continue to practice within our Hopi culture, but our family, our father is Choctaw, mother is Hopi, and of course Choctaw and Hopi do not have the same life way, same common practices, same way of practicing things, but the belief of being humble and being respectful to the environment is still within every culture, within every religion. And so we would go to powwows, because powwows is an intertribal type of celebration where everybody could participate. My father would sing, myself and my younger brother, he's the youngest, there's 5 of us. All of his children would dance at the powwows, and my mother would also dance and help sing as well. So we grew up dancing. So even though we say we're Hopi and Choctaw, the outfits we're wearing is actually neither Hopi or Choctaw, but there is influence from those as far as the designs that we have on our outfit. My Hopi name is Suaima, and translating that, it means quick walk, literally, but the people who named me, they were describing the name as when a young animal is born, a young fox is born, and it's first standing up, walking, those first steps. That's what they're referring to that name to. But everybody's, the older people are going to say, well, Suaima was a quick walk, you're always walking fast. And they say, well, that's why I just decided to put this little guy on here, right here. Little Suaima right there. And that's why I never stay still either. Just start traveling all over the world. So be careful how you name your children, huh? The hoop dance here, both my brother have become very well known for this particular style of dance. My younger brother here, he placed 3rd in this year's World Championship hoop dance contest, not very far behind myself and the person who was in 2nd place. Very tough contest. If you want to come, first weekend in February, come and check it out. It's a real great contest. So people say, we probably have some psychiatrists and sociologists out there saying, sibling rivalry. The World Champion Hoop Dance is held at the Herd Museum the first weekend in February. There's a lot of celebrations. If you want to see Vince perform, look for Mimi McBride. He helps out with her performance. She's a solo artist. Both Vince and myself work with Clandestine, native rock group. That's actually where we're just coming from Scottsdale Center for the Arts. We have to help with the opening part of the program there. And I perform quite a bit, just keep an eye on the newspaper. But the hoop dance, again, tells a story. I heard Dick doing a very, good job out here describing this dance. It does have a long history. All around this world, we all have stories of how this world was created, how man was created, what our responsibilities are while we're walking this earth, and what we'll later on to when we're finished with our time here. And in Hopi, we talk about, as a human race, starting in the first world, first man, first woman, traveling on to the 2nd, through the 3rd, finally here to this 4th world. Through this whole process, we met the different plants, animals, insects, and they helped us to come here. They talk about a time when we literally would converse with these other creatures. And when we arrived here to this world, there's a caretaker of this world. We asked for permission to live here, and recognizing it's more of a privilege versus a right. And we passed certain tests that were put out in front of us. From there, we were given our language, prophecies, our way to pray, our songs, and our dances. And we continue to practice those. So the hoop dance is talking about that, celebrating life. So when I perform the dance, that's what I imagine, is traveling. And you're learning, constantly learning from others around you. At the end, you'll see me make a 4-hoop globe after I make all these different creatures of it, plants, animals, and insects. But you'll see me make a 4-hoop globe that represents this world that we found it was already in balance. And we're given, again, our language and our songs, dances, prophecies, which would help us keep this world in balance. so that this place would always be called home for many years to come for the people who are going to be following us, our children. And everything that we are using here, we are only borrowing from our children. So with that, I'd like to share with you hoop dance. So I mentioned too that Eric right now, again, last month, February, had a competition again, and the title one goes to champion dancers, and a lot of people think that the more hoops you have, the better the dancer, but Derek here, as you see now, he only uses 5 hoops, and he's blowing everybody out of the water, and being 3rd in a row, but 4th time over world champion hoop dance. Derek Davis, rank number 1. some of the best in the world this year. 4 times over, 3 times in a row. Right now, I'd like to, if anybody has if we haven't really explained too many things in too much detail, or you want to learn or ask a question about anything else that we may not have covered, feel free to raise your hand and ask any question that you may feel about us, about our outfits, about maybe what we did when we were small. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's gotta come in just a minute.
Your cap's on your